Hi everyone, this is Stump, and in this video I'll show you how to create a CRUD API using Postman. We'll perform a create, a read, and update, and then a delete operations on user data in our Express API. Let's get started. So here you'll see that I'm already in the terminal in my VS Code. When I type npm start, there you go. So like you can see, this starts our Express server. If it's running correctly, you should see a message like server running on port and then the port number. And in my case, it's port 3000. If you see an error, it must show that your code is compiled correctly by running tsc watch, but it run. Alrighty, so now let's go to post. Okay. Alrighty. Here is my post, and let's start testing this. As you can see, here is the URL, which is the local host and my port number, API, and then I don't think this is not necessary. Okay. It was here. There it is. So let's start by creating a user. Let's say that the name is John Doe and the email is johndoeexample.com. And we're going to send that request here. There you go. I was missing users. Okay, so this was a great opportunity to see how to troubleshoot. But if once you enter the correct URL and you send the request to post, it'll assign an ID number. And in this case, I program it. I code it to be a random number, so it won't be in sequence. It just will choose a random number from 1 to 1000. So John Doe will be ID 170. And there you go. And as you can also see, we got a 201 response with the new user object, which means the user was successfully created. Now let's do a get. Let's send a request. Ta-da. So this will return all users in our system. So let's try getting a single user by ID. So we have, let's create a new one first. Let's do Jane Doe. Okay, it created Jane Doe. So when I go do the get request, it'll display both. But if I change it to 170, it will only display, or it will only show John Doe, because the ID of John Doe is 170. If the user exists, we get their details. Otherwise, we'll see a 404 error. Let's see, we don't have 30. Not found. Now let's do a put request. Let's say I want to change John Doe. Okay. So let's change it to John Doe the second. Oh, that's not what I meant. Let's do another change. Okay, so John Doe the second, and if we again check all of the IDs that we have, you'll see that we have definitely update that. And now let's just perform a delete. I actually changed my mind about John, so John is out. User deleted. Let's make sure by doing the get request. So as you can see now, it's no longer pulling ID 170. It's only pulling Jane Doe, which is 387. And if you are knowledgeable about SQL, you can think about this like an update, a create, a delete, and I think this one was select. Yes. And okay, so there are some common errors when doing this. If you get a econ refuse, make sure your server is running. So I'm going to stop running my API from VS Code and let's see what happens. There you go. That means that you have not connected your server. If you also see user must have a name and email, check your post request body. So let's run this again, which you can probably not see that I'm running it, but I am. So let's say you failed to add this. So my API, it's a requirement to add a name and an email, but if I just send the email, then it will crash. So user must have a name and email. There you go. And that's it. We just tested a full CRUD API using Postman. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more coding tutorials. So see you next time.